excited to go through this DApp now. Let's look at this DApp. So talk me through this.
Once you read the white paper, come over and play with the DApp and maybe listen to 1 or 2 streams or something, you should really have a pretty good understanding. So we'll refresh just so everybody knows it's nice and what it is, nice and fresh. So we start you out here. It just automatically inputs 1 billion x28. You can change it to whatever you want. Okay. Let's refresh again. So $384 is what 1 billion x28 is right now. You just click this drop down and you can change your input. ETH, USDC, TitanX, or X28. This was our most recent UI update. It's going to tell you this is your smart burn power, how much hash power you're going to buy. This is your BFX you would earn today if you spent 1 billion. This is your over 8 days, all 8 of your days, and this is what that value is currently on the market. So this right here is pretty cool. You can go as far back as you want. We're at day 5, 17 hours and 27 minutes left to mint, but we can also go into the future, 8 days. So we can look into the future. We can look into the past. This is our total smart, and we have these smart tooltips. So if you forget something, just hover over and it gives you a brief explanation. Total smart burn power of the entire network. So this is hash power of the network. This is your power. So if you divide this by this, you'll get that percent. You take that percent. That's your percent of the share of the distribution. So you can see I got 33,000 smart burn power, and that's generating me, as of now, 548,000 BFX. Here, this is remaining smart burn power, which doesn't matter on a current day. But if you go back, we can see it had 2.8 million smart burn power. Its remaining is 2.49, which means users have claimed and forfeited. And we can check that here. You'll see the total BFX forfeit. Now, 1 day, if you go back just 1 day, you will see the total forfeit hasn't been added to the pool yet. So this forfeit will be added to the pool when the day switches. But that right now, we already have 654 BFX. This is my share of that so far, 5 BFX, which isn't a lot. But like I said, this almost 500,000 has not been added to the pool yet, but it is there. And we can go back to, we can see what day 1 was. We had 3 million smart burn power, 2.69 million is left, and we have forfeited. The vesting pool is 321,000. We have 480,000 total forfeit. So whatever this difference is will get added tomorrow. We have 19 users remaining, so they're vesting for day 1. And each day has its own stats. So day 5, we have 43 users so far. No forfeit because you can't claim yet. It's still going. And you can see this is, I started a miner yesterday. When the day switched over to today, it comes down here and it'll tell me how much BFX I've mined that I did mine minus my 8% if I claim now. So
hey,
tomorrow,
go
ahead.
Can I throw something in here real quick? This is important. If you go back to the top and you see the estimated BFX earned today, estimated earned over 8 days. I think everybody in TitanX kind of understands that process, but that's going to fluctuate all day, right? Of that day. It's gonna as more people come in, it'll change. But if you go back down to where you were, once you get to can you hover over the open tab, like where you can see where that? Once you're in the open tab, the moment one comes in, like he did his yesterday, so he only is showing 1 right now. That number that you see, 619, does not change any. It can go up, it can't go down. Correct.
Yeah. When so I'm at 92%. What you see is what you get. So tomorrow, if I don't claim, this is going to show 93%. And my day 5 miner that's running now is going to come right here under it, and it will be 92%. So when this goes up 1%, so will your amount of mined BFX, because you're only forfeiting 7%, not 8%. And that's because the number you see is the number you get. And that's what bonuses as well. We can go to the future. The future tells me my smart burn power. It shows me how it is dying off. And it tells me what day my miner becomes fully vested. It'll also tell me the distribution for the day. So on day 11, it's only 48.5 million instead of 50. And you can see the vesting pool. So it's day 5. Day 11, which is 6 days away, already has 3,062 in its vesting pool, where day 5 only had 697. So we're already seeing, what's that, 5 times, and it grew 5 times. So if that stays steady, then we could imagine on day 18, maybe this number is 15,000 before, and that's 7 days before you can even mine. So it's going to grow and grow and grow each day as people claim over time. So this is our buy and burn. We have 13,000 already. We've burned, or no, that's 34 billion. X28 is in the buy and burn. That's our next buy and burn is $100. User rewards $1.45. So it might take a little while for that to be worth clicking. We've burned 57.2 million BFX, and we've only done 4 days. And we know that those 4 days will reach 50 million distribution, which is 200 million. So we've already burned 25% of what's been minted. And the rest, this big number, we started with 500 million in liquidity. So it's not all in circulation. Most of it is in liquidity. We've burned 57 million, and this recycle pool is 25 million already. And like we said, that gets locked until day 369. So essentially, 80 million out of 200 million is out of circulation already.
And think of that recycle pool. We're on day 5, and we already have 25 million.
Yes, it's going to grow.
And so, because you're taking 20% to feed that thing. So,
yeah, and these tokens were bought. That's important to remember.
Yeah,
these tokens were bought off the market. We're not just creating fake money or extra tokens and sliding them in there. These are bought and stored. So we are at 8.26% of Bonfire's been burned. We have burned 904 million Morpheus, 2 billion X28, and 5.5 billion E280 or element. I don't have anything closed because I have not closed any miners, but it would show up there. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot more to it that we can talk about, but that's the overrun of the DApp. Your summary, this is just how far you are in the day of mint, in today's mint. So we're 27% through the day. 1 BFX is 219 X28, and it gives you BFX USD price, which this is good if you're a ratio trader, like a lot of us are, not necessarily worried about the USD price. We're worried about the X28 price because we want to get more TitanX because nobody has TitanX. So it's cool that we have this ratio on our website for you. Makes it easy to understand how much the X28 is versus the dollar, right? Because I play the ratio. I want to know when it's 250 X28 equals 1 BFX, right? I don't care about the dollars. I want TitanX, but that's just me. So yeah, that pretty much, one more thing right here. This one gets tricky. So total BFX available, you'd be like, that's not right. Well, this is how much is unclaimed. And it tells you the total amount of unclaimed BFX across all days. So that means currently 173 million tokens are not claimed, meaning they're vesting. which that's even more tokens that are locked out of circulation. The higher this number is, the less circulation. And that's pretty much it. Any questions, or if you want to go over some game theory, or what happens if this happens, feel free. And Rich, feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Pretty much went over everything that I can think of. Oh, here's our burn multiplier. So when it triggers, you'll see this right now. It's just at a 1 times. It can go up to a max of 8 times. So you'll see when it triggers, this will be a 1, 2, 3, 5, or 8, right? And we're going to burn whatever this multiplier is. We're going to burn. So if it was 8 times right now, we'd be burning 800 instead of 100. But what's cool about it is we're burning 800 at a good time in the market. That means if this is triggered, then that means the price to X28 is down, and we're buying more for less with user dollars. And that's powerful. That's what we want to do. We want to make user funds be used as efficiently as possible, and that just helps users.
Yeah, you kind of see some of the things that we like just about just doing anything in crypto. You got some DCA feel as you get different miners for 8 days. You kind of have a ladder approach or whatnot of the buy and burn. If it drops a certain amount, you put a little bit more in than you would have normally. And remember, I was talking about Doge. That's kind of how I did it. I put a little bit more as it went down, put a little bit more as it went down, and it went up, and then boom. So our idea is to try to capture some of that movement and pay less for it. So pay less for it at the right time.
Yeah, at the right time. That's what's important. So how many tokens will be made? So the cap supply will be 5.22 billion. But like we said, there's already been buy and burns, so we'll never reach max supply. We really don't know what it'll be, but I would imagine, just my guess, it'll be in the 4 or 3 billion, high 3 billion, low 4 billion. But that's just a guess, and it all depends. But we will be less than the max supply possible because we've already burned some, and the max supply would be 5.22 billion. So it'll more than likely be less than 5 billion by the time we get to cap.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say, just to, kind of thinking through the next 368 days, I'm like shaking my arms thinking that I'm on video, by the way. You can't see me because
I do that shit all the time.
Yeah. And so I'm pointing at sometimes I point at the screen as if they can actually see me what I'm pointing at.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, I think that the cool thing for me that I'm expecting to happen is at any moment there could be a big day that you want to be involved in. Like it could be, we don't know what that day is. Again, if we have a lot of people claiming for whatever reason, and then we get people, that they've got these vesting rewards, and then the last man standing puts in a big chunk over the next 8 days. That could happen on pick a day, 2/22. And all of a sudden this thing is like, everybody's coming over here going, oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff in here. You just don't know. It's kind of you open it up today and say, what's there? And what are my opportunities to get more tokens? So, and we don't, that's kind of the fun for me. Like you don't know.
So did everybody see that? It wasn't me. It's just random, but the users remain went from 5 to 6, I believe. And so you can see I'm on day 12. So if you go up here and you click all the way to the future, you can only go 8 days. Go to the future, and this number here, users remain, that tells you how many miners were created today. Now, it might not be a new user, but it could be a user that just wanted to add more hash power to get more of the network, right? To get more distribution. So that's a good way for you to kind of tell if people are deciding to mine or not, because if they're already in, see, that is a new user. If it was a user that was already in, it would have stayed at 43, even though a new miner was created. But we know it's a new user because the users remaining on day 5, which is current, went up. So we can go to the future and we know that this is a new user, or at least a new wallet, right? Not necessarily a new user, but a new wallet for sure.
I got your candidate right here. He says, "Shut up and take a
yeah. That might have been him, man. Might have been him. Hey, hopefully you
just quit talking, JC.
Oh yeah. You made the sale. Shut up.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. So how's the first week gone for you? How'd you?
Pretty good. Everything's working good, like we designed, like we planned. I know it was a big. We chose a big day to launch, and that probably hurt us. But we wanted to take that risk for the community because it was such a big day. We can all TitanX community can look back together and remember, hey, on Trump's second coming into office, when he swore in, we launched a project, and it's an American-made project for the first pro crypto American president. So we thought that was a significant day in history. So gas was pretty high that day. Participation was a little low. Everything was crazy, but it's also complex and not everybody understands it. And we're doing the best we can to make it easier to understand by explaining and UI updates. And you can tell when it clicks for people, they just light up and glow, and they're like, oh, I get it now. And they go mint. And people that are in have responded very positively. I had a few reach out in DMs and tell me thank you for being transparent and building such a good product. So that makes me happy. I love hearing that. We're not here to hurt anybody. We want everybody to have financial freedom, and we want to lead that charge with TitanX community.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I got in on day one because I'm just obsessed with getting in on day ones in this community. But I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. And I just with the last couple weeks, last couple months, how busy I've been with the one senior in the hospital. Yeah, I just got into it, and I was like, well, I know these guys. Like they're awesome dudes. I'll have to read into it and figure out what the hell I'm getting into a little bit later. But now that I'm doing this stream, I'm like, oh, I need to start some more. Okay, let's fucking go.
Yeah, usually I'm more of a guy that will ape al YOLO and then go read the white paper. That's just my style. It's not the smartest or best, but I've made some pretty good decisions. A lot of things you can kind of tell, and like you said, it's TitanX, so you got a little more safety, security, knowing that it's a TitanX project. But yeah, reading white papers, it ain't for everybody, and a lot of times you can kind of just tell by the UI design, or how much effort did they really put in and stuff like that. So we really went all out and put a lot of work and thought, a lot of brain racking went into it. Every time we would try to do something, sometimes, it would cause another problem, and you just have to work through it and say, oh, I did this, that causes this, because everything has a cause and effect. So when you affect something, it affects something else down the line, and you just got to work through it. And we figured it out, man. Hopefully this is the perpetual flame, the first in history. We'll find out. It won't be long, but we're pretty confident and proud of the build for sure. And I'm going to take that time to thank the builders, buildthetech.com, Brandon, Scott, Shane, the team. Absolutely amazing. Nothing good but good things to say about them. Very easy to work with, very pleasant to work with, good people. And that's all I can say is positive things about them. If anybody out there has any questions about my experience, feel free to reach out to me, or I'm sure Crypto Rich is open to that as well. I'll be more than happy to kind of describe the process to you. And if you can't get in touch with them, I'll do my best to get you in touch with them. But yes, and they're starting audits. They do more than crypto. They do a lot of stuff. So if you need a website, if you need a DApp or an app or any of that kind of stuff, just reach out to them, and they'll work with you.
And here's the thing: you would think we're getting some sort of thing for saying all this, but we're not. That's how much we like them.
Yeah, so it's been such a positive experience.
They haven't say, if you do this, talk about it. We're not getting any kind of benefit by saying that.
No paid promotion.
That's the one thing about our community that you will say, like, you know, hey, maybe apparently, you know, like every now and then we may go to a KOL, but we sure as hell don't pay any of our fucking people. I've never been paid to ever say anything. You guys have never been paid to say anything.
Nope.
You know, this is an awesome community, and we're really just speaking from the heart. And everything you said about Brandon is dead on. I think Brandon's just an absolutely awesome asset to this community. He's an awesome asset to the Pulse Chain community. And honestly, with the way that the last year in Pulse Chain went, you know, he's over here now. So I'll just leave it at that and say that, you know, maybe they have they lost an opportunity there with a guy like that. And hopefully, I know he's not out of Pulse Chain or anything like that, but you know, if I was in Pulse Chain and looking at this, I'd be like, shit, man, that guy should be totally in our community and not wasting any time in any other community. He's that much of an asset. And that's the way I think about it. So I'm stoked Brandon's here. I think what he's doing is just an absolute, it's an altruistic move because he doesn't have to do what he's doing, but it's a needed move. You know, you can't have these small people just controlling the cost of this entire system and just shoving it down everyone's throat. So what he's doing is just an absolute godsend.
It's extortion. It's extortion. I'll call it like I see it. It's extortion. Some of these other companies are doing, and it's just supply and demand. I understand that, but it becomes a point where it's not supply and demand anymore. You're just taking advantage of people that need your service, and it's extortion, and it's despicable. So I'm for anybody that wants to help the little man, and you got to make a little bit of profit. Otherwise, there's no reason in doing it. But if you can provide a good service at a cheaper cost, then I'm all for it, especially if you're a good person, a good community member. I'll support you 1,000%. And that just goes to show the magnetism of our community. We attract good people, and when good people find us, they stick around and they make our community stronger. And we're going to go to base. I'd imagine we'll get a lot of eyes. We might even get a lot of participation. But what we're going to do is the good people on base that share our ideals and our philosophies are going to magnetize and become part of the TitanX ethos and family. And it's not going to be all of base. We don't honestly want all of base. You know, we don't want some of these people that just have no respect, right? We don't want you in our community. So we'll take the good and leave the bad over there, and they can play their little games, and we'll continue being TitanX.
Love it. Perfect. I almost should have had you save that for an end because it's a perfect wrap-up moment. Anything
we can chop it, and you can just use it on all your outros.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's a perfect one. Yeah, that's legit. Guys, you made an awesome protocol here. I love the UI. The white paper makes sense. You know, you explaining this helped me get to the position where I'm probably going to ape a little bit once I get off stream. But, you know, I'm not going to necessarily call myself out on that, but I just did. So whatever.
Well, come join our Telegram and you'll get some alpha.
He's in the Telegram. He's in the Telegram.
Oh, all right. Yeah, he's busy. He ain't got time for all that.
I was going to be honest with you. I was like, I may not be in because I'm notorious for jeeting out of telegrams. But a while ago, I was like, you know what? I'm not. Yeah, there's too much going on. You're going to miss too much. You got to be in these groups. It's just all there is to it. So, yeah.
You just got to make folders. You got to make folders.
Oh, you're saying I need to be organized? Well, that's never going to fucking happen.
No, I'm saying for me, that changed my life is how I'm looking at Telegram right now.
No, 100%. I got it all set up. I'm fully in it. For some reason, every time I log on, I'm logging on right when everyone's like, "Hey, is there an admin who can delete this?" And I'm like, "All right." But no, it's we're in a great part of this system. I'm super excited. All of you guys are super bullish. You know, I think people get caught up in the "what have you done for me lately?" Momentum, and it's hard to remember that a week after 280, we were stoked to be at these price levels.
Yes.
But from 3 weeks ago, wow, that sucks, man. So, it's all hindsight. And one thing I like to now say is, look, if this was a losing proposition, if this was a system that's just dying and spiraling out of control, like some people just fud themselves into the ground and bleeding, then why are so many people still building protocols on this?
Yeah.
Why are there so many plans of going so much for? Do you think any of us would spend? Do you think I would spend 1 fucking second streaming if I thought this whole thing was dying? I wouldn't waste my time on any of this shit. But everyone's spending all their own personal time without getting paid, just building shit for the community, doing shit for the community because we know where this is going and we're psyched. We're bullet. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, we're just getting started. TitanX seems like we're going to be on 10 or 20 chains by the end of the year. And then how many builders are going to come, right? And they're all going to be using X28, which burns 50% of TitanX, which means you don't have enough TitanX.
and all the things that are tied to it, right? The whole,
right.
It goes up. X28 goes up. Guess what? I mean, the ratios tell the math. I mean, show the math. Or the other protocols that'll go with it, and maybe outpace it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's an exciting place.
Baby Dragon X is the perfect example of that.
Yep. Baby Dragon X is nuts. What? Yeah. Like literally, no one was buying into it, and just by bonding alone, it did 100+ X.
That was my. I'll be honest. That was my. I had some. I have.
You
some
son of a bitch.
Yeah, I had some at the
Rich is buying the beer tonight, Mo.
I was.
Yeah,
I was
right.
Day one. I was day one. I may not have been day one Titan X, but I was day one on that.
That's legit. Zybar is going to clip that, loop that all around. I love it. All right, guys. I appreciate you very much. We did an hour and a half right on the dot. That's perfect.
Beautiful.
You guys want to add anything else to the stream? I don't know, to the users, to crypto in general. You want to talk about Trump? You want to talk about anything? Don't conspiracy theory it too hard. You don't want to get pulled from circulation. But whatever the hell you want to talk about, let's go. Jake, last word.
Let's see. Last words. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, man. How many? Hey, just real quick, how many live viewers did we hit?
250.
Nice.
Very
All right.
nice.
So 2025, we're just getting started. Titan X is just getting started. Still early. Bonfire definitely just getting started. And it's going to be a beautiful, wonderful year. We have a pro crypto leader of the world, and it's just going to make other countries have to step up to the plate, which is just, that's just going to drive demand for all of crypto. And the future's bright. Titan X is the place to be. And glad to be here, proud to be here. And if y'all have any questions about Bonfire, please Telegram at Bonfire.X28. And really, that's all of our socials is at Bonfire.X28. It's so simple. Bonfire.X28, and that's us. So that's it. And thank you so much, Mo, for having us on. It's been an absolute pleasure and a dream come true, man. For a year, I've been like, man, I want to go on Mo's stream. That's like being on ESPN for a Titan X guy. This is my ESPN moment. So definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Mo.
Yeah, I'm changing my name to Big Time.
Big Time.
We've made it big time. We're talking to Mo on stream. So
yeah, I appreciate you guys much. Rich, what you got for me?
I don't have a whole lot other than because we've talked a lot. You know.
Oh no!
No! Right at the end, man.
Right there. I want
to
do
something.
Let me give it a minute.
Check
right,
1 2.
There he is. All right, Elon brought him back.
Again, I'm gonna make it quick. Love you, Mo. Thanks for the stream. We're excited about Bonfire, and we love Titan X. I'm just gonna keep it short because I'll get cut off.
All right. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Again, I'm so sorry life had to hit real life fires right when this thing was popping off.
I know, man.
But I tried to let everyone know I more than support this protocol. I'm definitely in it. I can't fucking wait. And now after doing the stream, I'm even more bullish. So let's fucking go. Let's do another stream maybe on week 2, and we'll go over the first week wrap up. And,
sounds good.
And we'll get everyone a little bit more bullish.
Make my internet be
awesome.
All right, I'm all for it. I'm not holding out hope, but you never know on your internet.
I'm
just kidding, man. No, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. And again, I just felt so weird to stream there in the beginning, but hey, let's fucking go. I don't care.
We're glad you all right, Mo. We glad you all right and made it out without any real problems. I know that was bad for y'all, man.
Luckily, I'm not right near that area, but I got a lot of friends, man. It's my hometown area. It's weird to watch places of your childhood memories just burn. And in my case, for the 3rd or 4th or 5th time, like it's nuts. But
and New Scum don't care. That's my favorite, or that's one of my favorite Trump. Nicknames. New Scum.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant.
He's going hard after.
My bad.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna have a whole X stream, and I'm just gonna light into that.
Let's get him,
guy. All right, here we go. Look. That's not the point of this stream. The point of this stream is Bonfire. I'm fucking bullish on this. So bullish, I lost my camera focus there. Let's fucking go.
None of them are invited to the Bonfire. None of them. Not Schiff, not Newscomb, not Pocahontas, none of them. They're not invited. If y'all see them at the gate, tell me, and will escort their asses out.
OGs and Titans only. Let's fucking go.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you much. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm glad we got it in, and let's do it again next week.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Mo.
Thank you, Mo.
All right.
Have a good night.
I hope you had a great time. Guys, have a good weekend. All right? Let's fucking go. All right. Peace.